Hey guys, Infidel 1258 here. Today I want to talk about Roonies. I see that they dropped the information on us, man. We got the details, we've got the stats, we've got a new ability. It looks amazing. Let's look at it together. Before we do though, today's been a crazy day. September 15th, 3:04 p.m. It's everything selling. We saw we're 50,000 packs away from Chaos Legion selling to the next million. That releases the Conqueror Yasik. We sold 630,000 Rift Watcher packs out of 3 million. We're 1/5 done in day, like literally in the first 45 seconds. Licenses, we sold maybe 1,400 licenses or something crazy like that today. Validator node licenses going like hotcakes. I bought 2 more earlier this week. I wish I could have 20 more, to be honest. One of my friends has 30. I don't think you'll regret that. There's just so much craziness. But then today we saw the Rooney be released. Here we go. This is the new card. Artwork is going to be randomly generated at time of purchase. This one looks pretty sick with the flaming sword and like the cube face with like the almost like Ninja Turtle bandana, the king's crown. So like the head is randomly chosen, the weapon is randomly chosen, the body is randomly chosen, the accessories are randomly chosen. I think the crown is randomly chosen. All of these things are going to vary. Every single instance will be different, which is very cool. And this one looks sick. But the stats are unique. The stats are the same across every instance of the Rooney. Rooney Core Golem, that's what they're calling it. A magical construct powered by a Rift Watcher designed Rune Engine enchanted core. Each Rooney is unique and completely loyal to its battle mage. I love that, dude. I love that. Oh, I'm so geeking out over this, guys. I know this is like, it's just another card, but I love that it is, it's unique. It's very cool. One of my biggest frustrations for this game over the years of playing it was that the card art was at first underwhelming, and increasingly more I find that the card art is, so much better. Fine, great, maybe that's all I need. But this is like another level of like, well, I come from a background of playing games like Diablo or Skyrim or these RPGs where you craft your character, and not only do you craft them lovingly and across hundreds or thousands of hours of leveling up and skill treeing, right? But you also decide what they wear, and this piece of armor with that piece of armor creates a certain aura, and then it looks cooler with this aura or with that, and then this color or that, and if you mix these gems into the armor, it creates like a black coloration. All of that has always been so cool to me. And this is an element of that coming to my favorite game, Splinterlands. So there's what it looks like, or there's what it might look like. And those are the abilities. I don't know how much of this is really all that relevant. It's kind of just I would think it's just an advertisement. The mint process might be important, but before they're going to do 6,500 Roonies in total. And the sale starts on October 25th. The mint is currently scheduled. 2% of them will be a gold foil. If you get a gold foil Rooney, that would be so badass. If the mint does not sell out within 30 days after the mint starts, the mint will close, and then any unminted NFTs will never be able to be minted. The total number of Rooney NFTs in existence will be lower than 6,500 max. This is so awesome. Time sensitive. Make it like right now or not at all. Like, okay, you don't want it? Fine, that's fine. We'll sell 1,000 of them, and that's that. I don't like extra hyper rare then. So you really do feel, if they all sell out, awesome, no problem, because that means there's a huge desire and lots of crowd that wants it. If 1,000 sell and the other 5,500 don't, so what? Honestly, that's better for you as an owner. There's fewer out there. And so as a buyer, if you get one of these, you're happy whether all of them sell or whether a few of them sell, which is a really great place to be in. And I think that's a model of salesmanship that makes a lot of sense. I feel like this is what they do with, for instance, modern day video game consoles. Like the Nintendo Switch does this. At Christmas, they'll only release X amount, and they know it's not enough, and they're gonna sell out, and that's gonna create buzz in the news media, and as a result, it's free advertising. And so, in the same way, that's what they would be going for here. Plus, I saw Andrew, what's his name? Famous comedian recently released his special on YouTube, and it was only available for a week. Keep it time sensitive. If they don't buy it up in the first week or the first 30 days, they're not gonna, and that's that. Just close it off, delete the rest, so be it. So the whitelist process, our existing players and community members always come first, of course, which is why we will be making 2,000 whitelist spots available through the website to allow our community members to reserve their Rooney ahead of time and receive a 50% discount. Whitelist spots will cost 100 vouchers each and will be available to purchase through the Splinterlands shop starting Thursday, September 22nd. So next week at 2 p.m. So if you're interested in getting a Rooney, you better get your 100 vouchers together and go ahead on this day and this time. Don't mess around. Right then and there, go submit your 100 vouchers. When purchasing the whitelist spot, players will be required to enter their Ethereum wallet address. And then once the mint goes live, that Ethereum wallet address will be guaranteed to be able to mint one Rooney for each whitelist spot purchased of the normal price of roughly $250 worth of ETH plus gas fee. So it's $500 technically, but they're charging you, well, they said it would be $500, but now here it's saying it's about $250 in ETH, and then there's a gas fee that might be $50. That's $300, and then $100 vouchers. That's like, it's really only $50 roughly, but they're essentially counting that as like $200-300. Wow, there's a lot of stuff going on here. I don't know how relevant. Please note that all Rooney cards in game will be max level. Not possible to combine them due to the fact that they're on the Ethereum blockchain. So just combined initially and from start. That's fine with me. Staking Rooney's NFTs free and use game. Once you own it, aside from looking really cool, one of the biggest differences between the Rooney and all other generative NFT PFP projects in this space is that the ability to use them in battle. The way this will work is also quite unique, as it will allow the NFTs to be completely held and controlled from players' Ethereum wallets while still being able to be used in battle through the Hive accounts in game. After the mint is complete, which will be no more than 30 days from the time the mint starts, all of the Rooney NFTs will be created as unique NFTs within the Splinterlands game with graphics that match the unique character attributes of the Ethereum NFT. These cards will all be held in a single Hive wallet address that is owned and operated by the Splinterlands team. Okay, so they have to keep it there for the purpose of deploying it in game. Players who own a Rooney NFT in their Ethereum wallet will be able to stake their NFT by publishing the transaction for the Ethereum wallet that holds the NFT to the Rooney NFT smart contract on the Ethereum blockchain. This transaction will lock the NFT on Ethereum, making it unable to be transferred or sold until it is unstaked. And then eventually you could unstake it and sell it. Staked Roonies will be playable. Unstaked Roonies will be sellable. I'm not going to read any more of that. That's pretty self-explanatory. But let's concentrate on these abilities here. I talked about how in a video that I'm still going to release, which was recorded before this was known, I talked about the likelihood of total speculation on what the Rooney would be like. I was leaning towards it being melee focused. I specifically said that it would be legendary. I also said that it would be neutral, which it is. I also said that it would be, it was likely to be a tank. Now this isn't technically, I said tank or off tank. This isn't, you might think this is not a tank, but I would say it is. This is an interesting tank because of its abilities. Check this out. First of all, I would say this is an off tank in the sense of second place, right? You put this into second place. Why am I saying that? 1, melee focus. 2, reflection shield. So in conjunction with your taunt tank, you're going to go ahead and be safe from blast damage. 3, it's got opportunity attack. So it can potentially be in your third, fourth, fifth, sixth position, but because of the reflection shield in conjunction with your taunt monster, it really makes a lot of sense to put it in the second or the fifth spot, side by side with wherever your taunt monster is. Now, because this is a neutral monster, it's going to work with all of the taunts out there, which is really cool. Because, for instance, my Cyclic Slip Spawn and I forget what it's called, the taunt monster from the blue team are both long distance monsters, and as a result, you put them usually in the sixth spot in many situations, and then I would argue this could go in the fifth. But my point is still that this is like an off tank, and even though it only has 5 hit points and one armor, check this out: the rebirth. Upon reaching 0 health, the Rooney will reassemble by performing a self resurrect once per battle. So I guess that means it's going to come back to life with 1 hit point and 1 armor, which is a whole new lease on life. And I think that's amazingly powerful. The True Strike makes up for the slow speed. The damage output is significant. You love this in the reverse rule sets. You love this in the fast rule sets. The opportunity is always a powerful play. This is a very powerful opportunity monster. Most of them have 3. 4 is a very unusually high melee damage output for a opportunity monster, especially one with neutral. I don't think there's another neutral monster with that much damage. In fact, I said in my video, expect the damage output to be around 3 if it's going to be melee, because neutrals are so much stronger than any other splinter. And I just felt strongly this was gonna be neutral. In my video, I talk about how this card is gonna be intentionally overpowered, and I think I stand by that comment now that I can see the data. 1, it's neutral. That's so much better than Dragon or any other splinter because it's applicable to everything, and you don't need one specific summoner to trigger this card, right? You can play this card no matter what summoner you're playing, period, full stop, all the time, except in that one rule set where neutral monsters are on strike. The reflection shield is so appropriate, so helpful, so significant in this current meta. The True Strike is so helpful also, especially to counteract the 1 speed. But more than that, this combination is almost in some sense ideal because 1 speed makes it go fastest in the reverse speed, and the True Strike makes the speed kind of irrelevant in the fast speed situations. It's still going to land its shot, and the opportunity is always good. And lastly, that rebirth is going to give you essentially, call it like you got 5 hearts and 1 shield. So that's probably between 2 and 3 hits before it dies. And then you get a rebirth and you're going to get 1 more armor and 1 more heart, which is going to be, probably another 2 hits. Assuming your enemy was focus firing your Rooney, you're still going to take 3, 4, 5 hits before you go down. If they're focus firing you, and it's unlikely that they focus fire you because you're going to place this in a more secure place alongside a taunt monster, for instance, right? So I do think of this as an off tank. I do think it's really overpowered. Maybe not overpowered, but I think this is a strong, powerful monster that's going to be significant in terms of impact on the meta, and it's definitely going to be one that I want to hold. What do you guys think? Thanks so much for your time and attention. Have an amazing day. God bless.